Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily DVAR HALACHA. And here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Thursday, the 8th day of November, which is the 30th day of CHESHVAN, which means it's Rosh Chodesh. So don't know when you're hearing this, but basically Wednesday night through the end of Friday daytime is a 2-day Rosh Chodesh. Don't forget all of your Rosh Chodesh parts in your davening. Now we're continuing on the topic of what bracha to make on desserts, and we went through fruits and whatever's, and you could go look at those if you're catching me in the middle here. But right now we're on what do you do about cake? If you're supposed to say a bracha on all desserts, then theoretically you should say a bracha on your cake desserts also. Okay, but it's a little complicated. And in order to explain the complication to you, we need to just quickly go through a topic called pas haba bekisnin. It really means, like when you try to translate it literally into English, it kind of means bread that comes in pockets. Um, and the rabbis have a ginormous debate what pas haba bekisnin really is. Whatever it is, it gets a mazonos. That's what the rabbis tell us. Pas haba bekisnin, the bracha on it is mazonos. But there's a raging debate what pas haba bekisnin really is. It's pocket breads. It might seem to mean like like Pop Tarts, things with a doughish on the outside and some kind of filling on the inside. So here are the three major opinions that the rabbis talk about. Some say pas haba bekisnin is what you and I today call cake, and that is the item that the rabbis mean, and that's the thing that gets mazonos. Other people say that pas haba bekisnin is not that. It's hard cracker type of things and pretzel type of things. So if you hold that opinion, then you make a boramina mazonos on only on those types of things like hard pretzels and crackers. And there are others who say that it's a Pop Tart kind of thing. It's something that's a pie dough with fruit on the inside of it, and that's the kind of thing that needs a boramina mazonos. So we would gladly make a boramina mazonos on whatever pas haba bekisnin is, but we don't know exactly what it is. It's one of these three things, thinks the different opinions of the rabbis. Therefore, we always want to be lenient in brachos and never make a bracha that's wrong or unnecessary. So we go lenient and we say, hey, well, look, maybe pas haba bekisnin is really pretzels. So the thing that you and I today call cake, does that mean that gets a hamotzi? Or maybe pas haba bekisnin is the thing that gets mazonos is pie things filled with fruit. So does that mean hard pretzels get mazonos? So we go lenient and we come out to just make mazonos on all of these types of things because we don't want to be benching and saying hamotzi and all that on things that we're not sure if they're really bread or not. So on the three type categories that I just mentioned, we make mazonos on all of those. Now, when these things are eaten at dessert at the end of the meal, so it gets sticky. You should want to be lenient on that also and say, look, I'm having cake at the end of my meal. It really deserves a mazonos, and that would be that. So there's all kinds of opinions, in the rabbis about what to do because you're having cake for dessert, but is cake mazonos? Is mazonos included with the bread? So there are a million opinions as to what to do. And here is the upshot on what we think you should do, and I'll actually have to continue it tomorrow. A lot of rabbis paskin so many different things that some people say never eat cake for dessert because it's just too complicated and we don't know what to do. That's probably not the opinion you wanted to hear. Another opinion that some people say is you can have cake for dessert. Don't make a mazonos on it because it's questionable whether whether it fits and everything. So the second opinion as to what to do when cake is your dessert, if cake is your dessert, is to just think in advance at the beginning of the meal that I'm making a hamotzi, and the hamotzi is covering bread that I'm eating in the meal, and all things that might fall under the category of bread, like perhaps the cake at the end of my meal, just in case it's not really pas haba bekisnin, and hence it would need a hamotzi. So you can just think at the beginning of your meal that the hamotzi that I'm making at the beginning of the meal shall cover also the cake that I'm going to eat at the end of the meal. And then we're quite certain that you wouldn't need any bracha on your cake dessert. But there are more opinions, and I think we're going to continue with them tomorrow. So thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more of that. And meanwhile, have yourself a great Chodesh, and don't forget all your Rosh Chodesh editions. Bye-bye.